Hey everyone, Kevin here from RGG bringing you another installment of our Evolve Class Guide series. Today we're taking a look at Goliath, the first monster. The monster's objective in the Hunt game type is to evade the hunters until it has consumed enough wildlife to evolve into a more formidable beast. Victory can be achieved in two ways. The monster can eliminate all hunters, or reach its third stage and destroy the power relay. Let's start by taking a look at the Goliath's abilities and their various uses. Rock Throw is the Goliath's primary ranged attack. The impact of the rock does AoE damage and knocks back hunters. This is most effective when the hunters are grouped together, but out of the range of your melee attacks. Goliath's Leap Slam ability can be used to cause havoc on grouped up hunters, or to make a quick getaway. Leap Slam deals a substantial amount of AoE damage, but its range is shorter than the Rock Throw. Fire Breath launches a stream of fire for a few seconds, which ignites its victims, dealing damage over time. Igniting enemies also makes it difficult for them to see, and any cloaked hunters will be easily spotted by the Goliath. Last but not least, the Charge ability allows Goliath to cover a lot of distance quickly. It can be used in combat to move a hunter away from the pack, and is an excellent ability when trying to outrun your pursuers. While the Goliath is powerful, it cannot sustain an attack against a good hunter group in its initial form. Let's take a look at some tactics to evade the hunters until we evolve. When a match starts, the monster gets a 30-second head start before the hunters drop in. It is critical to get as much distance between you and the hunters as possible at the start of the match. The Charge ability is very useful in this situation. Once you've gained some distance, it's time to get the hunters off your trail. While the monster is running around, it leaves footprints for the hunters to follow, but when we crouch, these footprints don't generate. We can use this to our advantage. One strategy is to create a visible path going one direction, then crouch and head back in another. Most hunters will believe you continued in the direction of the footprints. If the path you're on splits in multiple directions, you can begin crouching at the fork, and the hunters will have to guess which path you went down. Although there are many delicious forms of wildlife on Sheer, there are a few that can be a real nuisance for the monsters, especially birds. If you run past a flock of birds, they will fly away, alerting the hunters to your location. Sneaking past these birds will not startle them. Carrion birds are less avoidable, however. These vultures will swoop in when you are enjoying a particularly plentiful meal, and will also alert the hunters. Using birds to give away your position can be used strategically if you're able to move quickly to another location, as hunters will be drawn towards the birds. Throughout the entire match, it is important to make good use of the monster's smell ability. There is no cooldown or penalty for using it, and it is essential for finding food and enemies. Smelling acts as a radar, highlighting living creatures around you. Docile wildlife will appear in yellow and provide the easiest meal. Red creatures will attack you unprovoked, and can be just as dangerous as the hunters. While the more dangerous wildlife offer the biggest meal, it's best to avoid them unless you're away from the hunters and at full armor. Hunters will also appear in red, and will have a health bar above them. Smelling does not require a line of sight, so you should be able to detect the hunters before they detect you. Once you've consumed enough wildlife to fill up your evolution meter, you'll want to find a safe spot to evolve, as the animation will leave you highly vulnerable. You'll also want the hunters as far away as possible when you evolve, because you will lose almost all of your armor, and you will need to feast again to regain it. After the first evolution, you can either get full armor and go on the offensive against the hunters, or continue evading until you hit Stage 3. A full armored Stage 2 monster should be able to engage the hunters successfully. Once in combat, the best strategy is to focus on the medic and take him out of the picture, especially if the medic is Lazarus. Then move on to the rest of the squad. Keep a close eye on your armor and health. Armor can be replenished by eating wildlife, but health can only be refilled through evolution and buffs. If your armor is depleted and you haven't made a large enough dent in the hunters, it's best to retreat and come back when you're healed up. If you follow these tips, you should be well on your way to unlocking your next monster. To do this, you will need to reach a 1-star in each of your attacks, which are all based on damage dealt. When you've completed all 4, you will unlock the Kraken. I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Evolve guides. I'm Kevin from RGG, and thanks for watching.